Hello, welcome to VO Journey Academy Live. My name is Anthony.
I'm Gabby. Do I have something
And
on me?
there's something, I think there's something on you, yes.
It's my
Is that
little.
like a sticky too? How does this stay
No,
on you?
no, I just put him on me. He's a Santa spider. He's a Santa
I
jumping
love the
spider. He's
Santa
so cute.
spider.
He's so
That
cute.
is
I love
very
him. He's
cute.
adorable. I couldn't make him into a
Looks
hat,
like a
but
brooch. It could be a brooch.
right.
If
I
you
could
were wearing
just
black.
kind of,
Yeah, you can put it right there. But
yeah,
that's perfect. Does he stay
he's
there?
great. Yeah, kind of.
That's good.
He's great. He's my little
Wow.
buddy. He's my little buddy for today.
I love it. I love it. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you. We are back from Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the beginning of the Christmas time. Yay! With the Santa spider. If you are new, please hit that like and subscribe, and please hit that bell notification.
Mm-hmm.
So you knows when we go lives. It's good to see you, Gabby. How are you doing?
Fat and sassy. I'm doing good.
Well, there's
Still eating leftovers.
There's nothing but I know. I said this week it's leftover week. So
Oh
tell
my
me
God.
about what happened to you. So you had some stuff that we're gonna talk about, but you had some stuff happen to you over break. Talk to me.
And I feel like it always happens, and I know better. I know better, Anthony. I've been doing this since, Moses walked the earth, and I'm like, how do I forget? So I got so wrapped up with different things, busy before the holidays, I completely spaced on letting my European clients know that I would be off for a couple of days because, right, around the globe, people do not celebrate the same holidays. Right. And so Thanksgiving, as we all know, is a uniquely American bird festivity, whatever the heck you want to call it. Eat the bird. Yes. I totally screwed up. I didn't send them notice. And so, of course, like when I take Thanksgiving off, I take Thursday and Friday. And so Friday, I got a request for a job from one of my European clients. And I'm like, oh, I'm so can I have it to you Monday? Because I suck and I forgot to tell you and I'm not in the studio. And it's funny because I'm such a big proponent of book out notices. I'm always talking about booking out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be talking about book out notices tonight in my class for Marketing 201, direct marketing for VOJ, because it's such an important part of what we do. And I blew it.
You didn't blow it.
I didn't blow it, but I mean, it should have been more topical and it should have been more in the forefront of my brain. And also, book outs we're always searching, right, for ways to market, for ways to interact with our clients. Book outs are such a great way to do it because when we send a book out, we have a real reason to interact with them that's important to them and something that they will pay attention to. So, yeah.
Well, I was going to mention too, I think, and if there's anybody here from Canada, so Canada does celebrate some form of Thanksgiving, of course, but they do it earlier. They're not at the same time.
Oh,
I believe.
I think you're right.
And so you're right. I mean, it is a unique holiday for us. That is a massive holiday in our country. I mean, it is massive, right? I mean, we get quite a bit of time off for. I mean, the kids do and everything and work. So, but for the rest of the world, it's not at all. So it is one of those things where.
Emily said, we do Bird Day earlier.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I had gotten actually 2 jobs over the break, and they were all from overseas, and it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm in the middle of my vacation, but I can't say no to that. So, but that's kind of the one thing that you're right. I mean, we have to, it was funny because we talk about all the time, right? Taking our business by the horns, making sure we're keeping up with the business stuff.
Right. But whether you're in the US or you're anywhere else, I mean, come on, the US, we have a lot of holidays that are very specific to us, right?
Mhm.
Veterans Day, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. I'm sure there are
Right,
others I'm
right.
just not thinking of right now. But every country has that. Every country has some celebration or thing. Interestingly, I have clients in New Orleans and Mardi Gras. Mardi
Mm.
Gras is a holiday for people in Louisiana, like
Oh, yeah.
straight up. Even in
Oh, yeah.
Mississippi, it is a holiday. They don't work on Mardi Gras.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
a regional thing. And again, that's great. So what's a vacation? Never heard of him.
Make a shot, yeah.
Yeah.
No joke, Dylan,
Well,
no joke.
let's talk about and also Bicker Rocks. I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but anyway, they said, "What is a book out?" So I guess I should
Hmm.
explain a little
Yes,
more.
explain the book out.
Okay, so a book out is really just an email notification. You usually send it about 2 to 3 weeks prior to the actual time you will be out of office, and that's what it is. It's an out of office notification, letting your clients know that there will be this block of dates that you are not available, and it could be the reason we call it a book out specifically for actors is because it really doesn't necessarily imply a vacation. It's not necessarily to say that you're gone. It's to say, I'm fully booked on this date. My
Mhm.
schedule is already fully booked. And therefore, I will not be available to audition or to fulfill a project. So if you need me, please work around this schedule. And you're giving them enough advance notice to do so. You can use it for anything. You can use it for, right, just that. I'm like, hey, I'm working on an audiobook. I'm super busy. I need to buckle down. I'm going to do a book out for a couple days. It could be a holiday. It could be because you've gone on vacation. It could be because you need a mental health day. It could be because, you have a doctor's appointment and it's going to take a while and you're going to be out of the office for a bit. So that's all it really is, but it's giving your clients enough advance notice that they don't have to scramble if they need you. And it's a really good excuse to go poke, poke, poke. Hi, I'm here, and
Mhm.
to say something without being a pest. And that's kind of the beauty of it. And also, if you have any local talent agents that you work with, or if you're a part of any rosters, this is one of their biggest pet peeves, man, is when people don't book out. It drives them bananas because it never fails, right? When they need you, you're like, oh, I'm not in the studio. I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail and I can't be here. Like, they're like, why didn't you tell us? So, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well. It's a great time to reach people and another way for you to say hello. And
Hmm.
I'm here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm busy.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's always fun to be in demand. So I think, yeah,
We always want
absolutely.
what we can't have too, right? That's
Absolutely.
such a
Absolutely.
mental game of like, I'm busy, therefore, and then people are like, ooh, maybe I should see what Anthony's got going on. He's super busy. Yeah, that's
Right.
how it works. Supply and demand.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yup, yup.
Yeah, so I now we're moving into the Christmas season fully, right? It's December 1st. And speaking of that, right, we have to think about keeping on this line of a book out. When would you send your book out message for Christmas?
Now, like seriously, I know it seems like, oh my God, it's only December 1st, but this week is the best time to do it because for a lot of voice actors too, right? We kind of shut down the day before Christmas. We usually stay, you know, through the Christmas. I mean, like, let's see, when does Christmas fall? What date does it fall on this year? So
Thursday.
it's on a Thursday.
On a
Yeah.
Thursday, both Christmas
Um,
and New Year's.
yeah, so most people are going to at the very least take the 25th and the 26th off, you know. And then with New Year's falling like so a lot of us, I mean, I don't know about you, Anthony, for many of us, right? Pretty much from the 23rd through the 2nd. I'm done. I'm gone. There's
Mhm.
no point. There's no point. Nobody's doing anything. There's no real work
So,
happening.
well, that's the thing. The interesting early on, I remember these times early on in my career, they were the times where I was like, oh, I get to work on my business nonstop.
Mm.
And
Oh
because
yeah.
early on, you know, you're not thinking that no one else is actually doing like hiring or doing anything during this time, right? You're thinking of, you know, the fact that you have time off from your job, you're working a job.
Right.
So I remember that, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who are like, and it's funny because I get all sorts of, like, it was Thanksgiving Day, and I was getting business calls from people calling me, I mean, voice actors. And I was, you know, and I'm like, and I know they had to be from, they were not, you know, they were US numbers.
Mm.
So, and I just realized maybe they thought that I was, you know, I wouldn't pick up the phone, but they wanted to leave a message or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
either way, but I mean, I think, you know, for us, you know, we are, especially when you're doing this, you're starting out and you're hustling, you know, we're not fully thinking of the fact that everything else is unfortunately shutting down, you
Yeah.
know. And so I think as you do this long enough, you realize I need a break too. I need to take a break. You know what I mean? But you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to, of course. I'm just saying that that's something that I remember early on. I
Mhm.
was like, where is everybody? I want to work. Why
Right.
isn't people working? Darn it.
But they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
And I think that once we accept that, we also realize how much we can achieve during that time, you know, be it marketing prep for the new year,
Yeah.
working on our websites, working on demos and audio, working on administrative. Like, I look forward to
Mm.
that end of the year slump because I'm like, I can breathe a little bit and work on some of the things that I have inevitably stuck in a folder somewhere and gone, I'll get to you later. You know, because
Right.
I just don't always have time for some of it. Like, I literally have a subfolder in my own email with my own name on it. It's just called Gabby. And I
Mhm.
know, like, when I dump shit in there, it literally is just like, I'll get to it sometime, right? Like, I just it's not something. So that's the 2 weeks of the year where I do stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, so I think so if you're gonna send it out now, you might be saying, okay, well, who do I send this stuff out to? And I do think that, you know, this is one of those things where um if you've not done so yet, this is also something to start thinking about, right? We've talked about it before, but that is starting to build your email lists
Mhm.
and having clients, potential clients,
Mhm.
connections on this email list.
Yeah,
And it
for
does
sure.
not have to be something fancy. You have
No.
a Gmail. I mean, you can literally, there's, you get a contact thing
Mhm.
with your Gmail,
Mhm.
which I use. And it's really nice because, you know, all you have to do is put you know, you can blind copy your contact list, right? And send out one thing
Yep.
when you know, as you're growing. So, that's a really helpful thing. But I think a lot of people might not even have an email list yet or of clients or because you might be so brand new you don't even have clients. You're like, well, how do I send this out to you? Remember, you know, there's potential clients no matter what, no matter where you are. We should always be trying to collect contact information,
Yes.
right? So that we have a way to get a hold of someone with updates and things that we're doing. Because remember,
At
it's
the
not their
very
job.
least, emails.
It's
Yeah.
not their job to hunt you down
Mm-mm.
and find you, right? But it is our job to make sure that as many people as possible know about what we're doing, who we are, what we're about,
For
how we
sure.
could possibly help them.
Any studio that I've ever had contact with, their email address goes onto my book out list, you know? Other voice actors that I've collaborated with goes onto my book out list. I mean, there's so many opportunities. And if you are just getting started, even friends and family. I mean, I know it may seem a little bit of a stretch, but that list will grow over time. And, you know, I make it a point. So what I do is whenever I have a new client that I'm invoicing, that invoice, right, their email goes into that system, and then I cross-reference it to my CRM for my emails and make sure that their email address is also there. Um, because yeah, if you've hired me even one time, I want you to know what my availability looks like. And it might have only been a one-time project, but
Hmm.
that's okay.
Absolutely.
Nope,
Yeah.
it's a really important
Yeah.
step. And
So again, that's something that you can start to look at. I think for the new year or just in
mhm,
general now. All right. So we've got your book out. We're sending this. Right.
And
So
I believe, honestly, most voice actors should be sending one once a month.
Mm.
I know it's only once a month, right? It's 12 emails a year. But when we think about major holidays, that accounts for at least 6 of them, right? And then the rest, you can always have, like I said, everybody's got that afternoon where you're like, oh, I have no doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock. By the time I get back, traffic, yada, 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 right? My day is done. So, yeah, I have a half day book out on this
But
day.
if you think about it, there is, I mean, if you look at the calendar,
Mm.
I mean, if people like we talked about this too, get out to calendar for 2026 and literally go through. So I'm looking at January, right?
Mhm.
So, besides New Year's Day, of course, January 1st, right? Big holiday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right? In January. Then in February, right, we've got Valentine's Day, right? You go on to March, we've got St. Patrick's Day. We go on to April, right? We've got Easter. Okay. And
If you
go
have
on to
children,
May, there's
any
Cinco de
day.
Mayo, Mother's Day, there's Mother's. I mean, every month has
There's something. Yeah.
Right.
And if you have kids, any day that your children are not in school, that's a potential book out, right? And you don't have to tell people why. That's the thing that I think people forget. Like sometimes you can, you can just be like, hey, happy whatever based on the holiday. But sometimes you can just say, like, look, I know a lot of people who take off for their birthday, right? They're like, I don't work on my happy birthday to me. I don't work today. Cool. Send that out.
Can we talk about the issue that a lot of people have of feeling like they're bugging people? I find that I talk to a lot of voice actors will say, well, I don't want to email people. I don't want to mess because I feel like I'm bugging them or I'm going to be bothering them.
I love that. Let's take a look at something. I'm going to go to my trash right now and I'm going to pick a random. Oh, here's a good one. Chewy. Okay. Because Chewy.com and I have a love-hate relationship because, I have pets. Let's take a peeky poo here. Okay. I love when voice actors like, I don't want to bug people. Okay. So my Google, the way I have it set up, counts in sheets of 50 emails. All right. Since November 24th, which was what last?
So it's been 6 days.
6 days. Yeah, perfect.
7 days.
6 days, I have received 50 emails from Chewy. 50.
Holy crap. Are you serious?
Has a heart attack. I've gotten already today that I have deleted, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
What's up with Chewy? That does seem a little over the top.
Freaking emails, but it's because they have at least 2 of my email addresses. I'll admit that's part of it.
Okay.
But also, every one of these, it's Black Friday, it's Cyber Monday, it's Happy Thanksgiving. It's like just looking at the subject lines, right? Get Cyber Monday savings. Gabrielle, lose Monday blues with big Cyber Monday savings. This is one that's telling me a package is on the way. This is one that specifically calls out my dog. Get Dorian unleashed holiday deals for 50% off. And then because I have more than one animal in my profile in Chewy, I get the same email for every animal. Okay. Get Willie unleashed holiday deals for 50% off. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We think we're bugging people. We're not bugging people. We're not bugging people. Retailers. First thing my producer said when he walked in this morning, he was like, I have to spend 2 hours purging my email from all the garbage and all of the solicitation emails that I've gotten in the last 24 hours because of holiday deals. Okay. We're not bugging people.
And I would say to that, because I think things pop into my mind. I think that's very true. We look at it and say, gosh, there's all this junk. But the reality is remember, we have to look through it.
Yes.
For starters, we're looking through each one. And that's the whole point of this. We have to look through it. We're seeing, and that's our opportunity to be seen by people. And I find too that, it's very easy I think it's very easy for us to stand out. Even to this day, I still find myself opening the emails that are sent by people who want to help me build a website, or people
Sure.
like smaller businesses or
Mm-hmm.
individuals, because they're usually their subject line and their company. I don't know them, because
Mm-hmm.
we're so bombarded with the big company retailers that we know. When you see something you don't know, like, oh, what is this? And you open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's an opportunity. And remember, we talking about brevity, keep it brief,
Yep.
to the point. But yeah, we are not bugging people at all. In fact, by not putting stuff out there, we are just nowhere. We are unknown.
That's it. And I mean, I know it seems like, we just don't want to be part of the clutter, but we're all inundated by it. And the reality is that if my business is working with voice actors and I see the phrase book out notice and either the month or your name or so, I'm going to open that because I kind of need to. So yeah, whereas like looking through, some of my junk mail right now, like okay, Junior's cheesecakes, like cool, okay, you have a sale going on. That's great. Not in the market for a cheesecake right now, so I'm just going to keep on keeping on. But it's still being talked about. We
Right.
still see it. We still read it, and that's what all of these companies bank on. They're not really banking on us reading it. If you have a well thought out subject line, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, I think Marcus just said, wow, Waves had. They said, well, I thought Waves was bad, 12, and said, but there's still
Yeah.
12 emails in 7 days. So let's just stop and think about this for a moment. How many emails did we all send in these
Mhm.
last 7 days compared to all of these people who we
Seriously.
know, who we know their companies, we know their names, we're talking about them now. So whether or
Mhm.
not we're like, well, I don't want to be those people or not, we're talking about them. They're a part of, like, it is. So,
Mhm.
we have to realize, I think, that is our job, to get in front of people. And the
Yeah.
point too is that, we're on these people's lists.
Yeah.
We could unsubscribe anytime. Sometimes we do, but a lot of times we don't. We don't unsubscribe because even though we know they're bugging us, we still want to read that subject line in case there's something we want or we're thinking of, right?
Look, the reality in my household is with 3 dogs and 3 cats, you damn right I want to hear from Chewy because I spend my money there. But at the same time, do I necessarily open all of those emails? No, I scan and I check for headlines and sales.
Right.
No.
Exactly. And I think this is I think we're coming to the end here of our day, but I think this is a really good, valid point we could probably talk about is, subject line, brief statements. How do we capture people's attention? Because these days, right, it's going to be a brief few words that we're going to read, and whether that
Mm,
catches our eye at the moment or not, we need to be paying attention to that. Again, the days of expecting people to read paragraphs of stuff from us,
mm-mm.
it's just not going to. I mean,
No.
unless it's a blog that people are searching for, we're
Right.
not going to do that in an email or even a message,
Mhm.
right? I mean, we just
Mhm.
don't do that. So it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy.
Mm-mm.
Being brief and to the point and being catchy things, people are paid millions of dollars, right, to do this stuff. So it's a challenge, but
Mhm.
I do think with the right idea, plus we do have tools that help us
Yeah.
with these days to these things. So I think it's a good idea for us to talk maybe a little bit more about that on maybe messaging, capturing people's eye or something.
Hmm.
What are we some people talking down here? What is Jeff says, I make a rule on incoming emails not related to VO to move them to a different folder and review them later. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. Whatever the worst thing we can do is assume that people are not looking at our stuff, won't look at our stuff, or won't do anything.
for sure.
Um, well, you guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. I think this was a really good discussion because, we often talk about there's such a big, important point to everything we're doing. The reality is, sometimes just being able to reach
Mhm.
out and say, hey, you know what I mean? We've got
Oh,
to put out
yeah.
names, or just saying happy. I mean, and think about it. I go on our Discord. So of course I say, I said happy Thanksgiving to everybody through our Discord and stuff today, but I didn't send out an email to all my clients or whatever saying happy. I should have. But we should have went out and sent everybody, happy Thanksgiving, just because again, it's another touch point that you get. And remember, every single touch point that someone sees your name and they see it in somewhat of a light sense gives you a closer, it just builds one more inch of trust.
Absolutely.
Right. And familiarity with you, which is
For
what
sure.
we want. All right.
Don't forget to check out VoiceOver Angela tomorrow for her live.
Yes.
And we will be back with you on Wednesday.
Absolutely. And don't forget Avila's Journey Academy. Come join us. This is the time. Love you guys. Have a good one. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.